Dad and I have begun our final challenge of FM24 in the Super League. We started in Tier 3 and we've climbed our way to the very top, where our challenge now is to first not only win the Super League, but also win the incredibly difficult Champions Cup as well. And that Champions Cup is the last thing either of us have to win to complete this challenge. After I dropped out to Manchester City, Dad went all the way in the semi-final last season before losing to United on penalties. But at this point, we are easily the two best clubs in the league, so it's only a matter of time. And we have identified the problem, and it's the reason why we are both now signing younger players for the squad this summer. Not to mention, of course, Dad's luck with finding two very good strikers in his youth academy also helps. With money still to burn though, it's the case of again finding a youngster to purchase, and I think I found one at Arsenal to buy. Dad's also doing the same thing, spending big money on the best young talents that his budget could purchase. For the time being though, he doesn't even have an early rounds in the Champions Cup to worry about until September. I, however, have to play an early first round where a lot of my young talent shone in a 5-2 win, followed by a second round tie where some of the more recognisable names featured and scored. In between those games, however, I did have to play Dad at home, and Manga gave me a second half lead, only for Dad's side to pull it back to 1-1 just 10 minutes later. But with both of us starting the season well and finally understanding the rules, could this be the season we go one better in the Champions Cup? Right, Dad, probably a mistake on our part, but I think for the last 10 seasons, we have completely forgot about the most important rule of the Champions Cup. At least 5 under 23s, and that's from the start of the season, so you can see there. If they turn 23 during the season, they still count. At least under 23 players in the playing 11. So where we've been complaining that our assistant manager has been playing terrible players, they've actually just been abiding by the rules of the game. But it's something that we completely forgot about while we were trying to win both. And because we were doing so well at the beginning, and it made no sense to me while we were doing so well at the beginning and then doing terrible, it now does, because all the good players that we bought, the likes of Mads Borges, etc., and all the strikers that you have, Penev, when we bought them, they were all under 23. So they were all counting. And then as they've gone past the 23 years of age, that's when we started to suck in the Champions Cup.
And that's why that's why I sacked my assistant from putting in players where we just thought was absolute rubbish, didn't it?
Yeah, and that's been the trouble. So, this season, we've bought a lot of youngsters who can help us out with this rule that we see right here. However, Dad, sometimes a gift is just given to you from God.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
And obviously, you already had Peter Bjork last season, who you integrated into your team.
And locked him in,
So
he's looking a little bit better,
but he ain't getting into the team when you've got Leland in there.
Oh, and this guy's only 19, so I got 4 seasons out of this guy.
Exactly. He is incredible.
Oh, I got those physicals. How quick is this guy going to be? So, I'm pleased with that. That's my striker straight away. He's playing every game.
Well, this is the thing. Now that you have the ability, you can put him in the first team. In the league games, he probably isn't going to get in ahead of Penyev and Rovik. They are too good.
Yeah.
But what you've done is quite smart. You've made him available for the reserves, so he's still fit. Because you can see here, he scored 8 with 6 assists in 9 games in total. But when that game comes around for the Champions Cup, he's probably the first name on the score sheet.
He'll automatically go in, yeah. Definitely, because they're going to pick... The sister's going to pick his best under 23s.
Yeah.
This guy's definitely
He's going to be there.
Yeah.
So that's probably what we're looking at. Him and Bork up front. You got quite a few other players, because if we're looking at the transfers that you did make, a few of them are youngsters.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of them are gambles. £6 million for this guy here is not amazing.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and I've just got players that I'm hoping that can come into the team at the right time and do a job for me.
Yeah.
They obviously won't get... They're nowhere near good to be in my first team.
No.
For a league game.
I mean, this guy cost you £70 million, but £70 million, which you can play for the next 2 years.
We were struggling to get players for under 23s.
Yeah.
That were half decent, really, weren't they? So, and it was no good buying a 22-year-old because you have him for 1 season, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So you're looking for like 18, 19,
this guy,
or 20.
you bought him, you can only use him for this year.
Yeah.
Might even be able to use him for this year because he was
you might not,
last year that you turned 23. So he does improve your first team.
Yeah.
And I think you got rid of one of your centre-backs. You lost Mbenya on a free transfer.
Yeah, so I had to replace him. So
he came
it's
in
a good
instead.
replacement, but yeah, it's I'm looking at the youngsters now to sort of help me out and win the challenge for me. That's what I'm mainly interested in now.
Yeah.
Just stay somewhere quite close to the top of the league, just to sort of keep the money coming in.
Yeah.
But we've got to be looking at those cups. So that player that come through the youth setup, he's a diamond.
Yeah, that was I wish I had a player come through. No longer Jamie Carragher.
Oh, he didn't last long, did he?
No, he did not indeed. So as we can see there, sacked after 2 seasons. Jamie Carragher is gone now, unemployed, probably waiting for the PSG job.
It's all that's left, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Now, transfers that I've got coming in. Obviously, Velikov has gone out on loan, surprisingly, because we just can't find a place for him. He's barely playing any games, so we might as well loan him out so he still plays. Same as Poloni Collins as well. He's 29. Couldn't sell him, so just loan him out for a big fee. Alexander Schneider, though, we could sell. He's 31. He is gone now, which is a shame because he has been here for over 10 years. 12 seasons, I think it was. If you think we still got a profit off of him after all those seasons. Bad, is it? Not bad at all. But the players that we've got who have come in, the youngsters, we've got Carlos Cortez, £2.5 million, not a bad striker there. ZQ, who's been there for a while, 22, not a bad striker as well. Scott Walden, £100 million on Scott Walden. I don't even think he can play this year, but I spent a lot of money on him because he plays in 2 different positions. That's the reason why. £100 million, he covers my right wing back and my right midfield. So maybe still overpaid because it can go up to 146, but he's in the team anyway. Then we got João Mendes, £2.5 million. Looks a bit of a bargain, that one, considering he's not amazing, but for £2.5 million he is. Then we've got Richard Allen, another £81 million for Richard. He's 20, so I've got him for another 3 seasons, but he can play centre mid or DM, so I think that's quite a good deal, boy. That one, yeah. Because we do play both of those. And then Francesco Manzotti for £10 million, who could play as an attacking midfield or centre mid. I've put him straight in the reserves because right now we don't necessarily need him, and he can always just get a call up if it is for the Champions Cup anyway. Sticking with it, I'm not changing it. I am locking in Farias though, who I think with a bit of game time, Farias could be one of my starting centre-backs anyway, and we can only really use him for another season in the Champions Cup, so we might as well just lock him in now and see how he does until next year. So my schedule, a little bit different to yours. I'm sat in 5th place in the Super League. You're sat in 4th place, only a point between us. So we both started well, but it's down to that Champions Cup. You haven't played in it yet. I've played in it twice. I think it's a bit unfair, but there we go. 5-2 for Santa Clara and Greuther Fürth 4-1. So that's what I like to see. And the players that are scoring goals as well, a bit of a mixed bag. You can see the likes of Richard Allen, Cortez, Zaku and Munchunu, who scored the first goal there. So not bad at all. Well, I've got Bodo Glimt in the 3rd round. Who have you got in the 3rd round? There's my name, there's you. Preston, should you beat Göztepe. So you should technically be into the 4th round. Yeah. Especially with the players that you've now introduced into your lineup.
Hopefully we should be going a little bit further than we...
Yeah, because we're only playing teams in the 3rd tier at the minute. Yeah. We should be going quite far. So let's see what happens. Champions Cup. We've realised we've made a big boo-boo. It's time to rectify that.
Look out now.
Don't say that. We'll go out in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I could lose against Preston.
Yeah. So now that we know that we need youngsters in the starting lineup, things should be better for us in the cup. But Dad still needed a rather late goal to overcome Preston in the 3rd round after they come back from 2 goals down to equalise with 10 minutes left. In the next 2 rounds for my RS side though, we found it much more simpler, cruising through the 3rd round against Bodo Glimt and stuffing Ludogorets 4-0 in the 4th. At this point, just over the halfway mark, Tottenham are actually top of the Super League, but Dad and I are close behind them and ready to pounce. But Dad's 4th round of the Champions Cup, which of course I'm already through, was against Hamburg, and after taking the lead against them, Hamburg pulled it back because of an own goal. And just when Dad had upgraded his team to be strong as possible in the competition, the result was still the same this season, and he's eliminated early once again. Meanwhile, I was still cruising through, being Auxerre in the 5th round 3-0. The 6th round, though, was when the opposition got tough, as I was next facing Tottenham, who of course is flying in the Super League alongside me and Dad. But centre midfield on attack Bernat stepped up, scoring a hat-trick for us and giving us a 4-1 win to go through to the quarter-final. Dad was currently in a title race with Spurs after just overtaking them at the top. Meanwhile, my Super League form had dropped right off. However, it's really close in the points still. Back in the Champions Cup quarterfinals, I was then drawn against Hamburg, who of course knocked Dad out in the earlier rounds. And it was a back and forth contest in which it was very entertaining, but we still comfortably progressed through to the semi-finals, which turned out to be against Red Bull Salzburg, another top club in the Super League and someone who fought really hard against us. But in the end, this was one too many matches for us, and they scored late on in the match to secure their place in the final. Funny enough, Dad even played them around the same time and smashed them in the Super League 5-0, but he then followed that by losing to Brøndby, who were already relegated. Dad's campaign, however, came down to a 91st minute goal in the final game of the season against Sheffield United, which cost him the Super League title.
I'll tell you what, that's a terrible end of the season for both of us. You losing the title on the final day.
Yeah. Sheffield United cost me the title.
Drawing to Sheffield United, which meant Tottenham of all teams.
Oh, I don't mind. It's good old Tottenham. I can handle that. Yeah, if I'm going to lose to anybody, I'd rather lose to Tottenham.
As their manager. Didn't do very well in the Champions Cup. However, I got to the semi-final, and after being 2-0 up against Red Bull Salzburg, we lost 3-2.
Chucked it away.
Who had, I mean, let's face it, a very easy tie against PAOK in the final, who do have some good players, but imagine if I got to the final and it was an all-Greek final.
Yeah.
I mean, got some good players there. He looks decent, but I cannot believe it. That was there to take and there to win.
Well, we always say when the big teams are not there, you got to jump in quick, and that was one of the times, I think.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake there, not winning that tie. But okay, now the Super League. Let's look at it. Jones said,
What?
Oh, it's the name of the player who scored the most goals for Tottenham there. Looks unbelievable. He was their key player. He scored 38 goals. Then it's Penyev and Borges with 32 each. He also had the highest average rating. But clean sheets is still Dirty Diana with 25 there. He's doing really well. But yeah, he finished in second place. Dropping off a little bit, 94 points. But yeah, it's one of those things. We've still got the second highest amount of goals as behind you. And clean sheet-wise, we're still running that with the least amount of goals conceded. So we're on par with that with Manchester City. So I've still got to be pleased with that. It's just so annoying that we couldn't win that Champions Cup, because they only took it to extra time against PAOK. So annoying. Very frustrating.
Well, we're knocking on the door, mate.
Well, now we know the rules of the league, but the trouble is, a lot of the players I've now bought, I cannot use in that. So if we're looking at 23-year-olds from next season, I mean, the players that I have been buying are now irrelevant. We still got 5 in there, so I mean, you 5 guys might actually be playing unless I buy any new ones. So that will be my task this summer with 91. I thought it'd be more than that.
Yeah.
Let's get to the semi-final. I'm only going to be given 91.
Well, I got the semi-final. I had over 100 million, didn't I?
Yeah. So 300 million in the bank. Give us an extra 100 mil. Come on. Now yourself, Dad, let's have a look. So goals wise, it's Penyev and Rovik still getting high amounts there, so that's not too bad. But your age, you've still got quite a lot there. So there's 6 that could definitely start, including of course your 2 strikers.
Well, I've got 3 strikers in amongst that. So
yeah,
and I'm playing 3 up front. So
well, no, you're not. You're playing 2 up front.
Oh yeah,
but with 2 attacking mids.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, so you still got options in there.
Yeah, I'm still happy with that, really, and I've got hopefully a good budget to buy a couple of more that could be half decent.
100 million. How does that sound?
I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So hopefully I can find another gem from somewhere, maybe 2.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
to
hoping
bring
for,
into
really.
that first team.
And you never know, I might have another one coming through the youth. You never know, I might be lucky again.
Yeah, imagine that. I mean, there is a couple in there who are classed as Bundesliga. So you got the guy that you signed a couple of seasons ago, actually, who's done very well in that youth team. Got 22 assists last season, the young Spaniard. And you've also got a goalkeeper who I think came through your youth academy. He did.
Yeah.
Who, again, looked really good but doesn't have the potential to be as world class as your goalkeeper because the
Bit early for him.
standards are so high at the minute. But there we go. Promising. We got to the semi-final. This summer, we know what we need to target. It's those youth players, the under-23s, so that they can be playing in the Champions Cup and give us, again, the best chance to win it.
Well, once again, this summer, Dad is targeting the best young players he can find as he looks to increase his Champions Cup qualifying squad. And after my semi-final spot in the last season, I'm in the same boat. I found a bargain from Man City as well as many other targets that I'm trying to bring in. One of the new players in particular I think might be an idea to lock him into the centre midfield on attack position to see some real development. And when the season got underway, we honestly looked unplayable, including smashing through the first round of the Champions Cup 3-0 against Bristol City, which for once, Dad also had to play in the same round and he smashed Frankfurt 5-0. But outside of a loss on the opening day to Napoli, he also started the season so well. The only real downside of the whole summer is the fact that 2 legends of my club have left on free transfers.
Well, I'm a bit disappointed. Obviously, I've lost 2 of my best ever players. I mean, Scott Lang, we made such a big deal out of him before I even signed him for £115 million. We were tracking him when he was at Rangers, of course. Then he moved to Southampton. I got him for £115 million. He played almost every season as my main centre midfielder, gone on a free transfer. Didn't want to sign a new deal. Crazy. Zilner, who I bought as his long-term replacement, well, not long-term replacement, but as a rotational option, also left on a free. I can understand that one. He was only getting on the pitch every now and then, mainly coming off the bench. And he went to Newcastle. He's got 6 in 8 games already, which is crazy for a centre midfielder. But it has meant that I've had to buy and sell a lot more players than what I anticipated. So I've actually sold £185 million. And you're going to see a lot of them are the players that I've been buying recently who now do not qualify for the under-23s. So Daniel Martinez has gone 13 million. Felix Hornig gone for 21 million. How much did I sign him for? About the same price as what I bought him for. Zeku's gone out on loan. Zakharov's gone on loan. Paloni Collins has gone for £57 million. So I signed him a long time ago for 48. So I did make profit on him. Scott Walden, who I mean, that's a terrible deal. I'll put my hands up on that one. Signed for £101 million last year. Only played 7 games, so I loaned him out. Trying to sell him, nobody come in for him, loaned him out. We're getting a bit of money for him anyway. Santiago Farias, I locked him in last year to try and make him really good. Then I realised, well, now that he's too old, it's no point. So I sold him for a huge profit, which kind of smart.
Yeah, good business. Yeah, we can't use him. Get rid of him.
Gone. And then £40 million for Velikov. He went out on loan last year, so it was time. I was trying to get rid of him anyway. He went out on loan to Shakhtar there, 39 games, and he scored 4 goals, but still managed to get £40 million out of him, which isn't too bad. And João Mendes, who was a guy I signed last year, is out on loan. He's just not good enough, I don't think, in that centre mid. We've got other options, and that's the most important thing. So the players I did bring in, Goldenzi, £25 million. There's another midfielder there, so replacing the ones that we lost. Roltan, left back option for 19 years of age, so another one. We're just trying to give so many under 23 options that when it comes round to it, he can pick the best team with the best youngsters, no matter what position is required. Zakharov, 19-year-old Russian, looks like a decent striker as well. James, this one's a bargain. £1 million, £1.7 million for a right back.
Well, he looks good, doesn't he?
He looks class.
His physicals.
Yeah, looks so good. And can play right midfield, which is another position we're using. So I'm really happy with that one. Is it Jaime Reyes? I'm guessing that's how you would say his name, but he's another Mexican midfielder. I found a few players from Mexico who are really golden for us. Carlos Velasquez, another Mexican, but he was at Juve, another midfielder, really good. Maxim Didier, 21, another right-sided centre-back, good option. And then Ekwala from Rangers, £101 million, 20-year-old right-back.
You signed a few right backs, didn't you?
Yeah. So, tactically, I'm actually going to lock him at left back because he is good with both feet. You've got very strong on both feet. So we're going to play him left wing back. The most annoying thing is that our left wing back is arguably one of our best players. He is phenomenal.
But he's 28.
But yeah, My thinking is, if we play this guy there, he becomes a natural there this season. Then next season, I don't have to lock him in. And every time it gets to a Champions Cup game, he can play instead of the phenomenal left wing back.
Yeah.
And they can just rotate. That's my hope, because he's available for another 3 seasons in that position. That's my hoping, anyway. So, Allen is going to be locked in. We signed him last year, Richard Allen.
Yeah,
or the year before.
He had to be locked
good.
in, didn't he, really?
Velasquez as well. Didier's been locked in. I'm locking in 4 of the youngsters already.
So at least you know it's almost what's the word?
It's like set in stone, the ones that he can use.
You've got a
and will
regular
use.
side playing every game now.
Yeah.
And the cup games, they're already there. You got 4 out of the 5.
Yeah.
So he's only looking for one more player to put in the team. Really.
That's it. Yeah, that's my thinking. So hopefully Mads Borges still plays every single game up front, because he's our goal threat. He's our goal machine. He's only got 5 in 12, but still. And yeah, we're already through the first couple of rounds by Leverkusen and Bristol City. 2 tricky games. We managed to get through, and we started so well. The only time we actually didn't win a game is because we couldn't score in it, which I'm surprised with the team that we've got. We couldn't actually score. So we're okay. We're all good.
Good start.
Now yourself, Dad, very good start as well, because you're sat in second place right behind me. You did sell a couple of players. Paul McLean has gone for £34 million, 30.
Yep.
And Preet, 39. 2 players are only 3.5-star accountability compared to the rest of your team, which tends to be world class.
Yeah. I'm pleased with the amount of money that I've got for them. Has allowed me then to spend 234 million on the 3 players that you can see in front of you now. Really,
yeah, 3 youngsters too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what a good 21-year-old this guy could be, an attacking midfielder, which I know is the position I'm playing. So, he's under 23, so he's going to play in that position during the cups.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm buying these players for now.
Cipriotti as well from Manchester United, Argentinian centre-back.
Yeah, and good physicals.
Really good.
Yeah, good physicals and mentals straight away, really. So he could be good. Could be a first teamer straight away.
Yeah. And then Mark Cunningham, the last one. Or Cunnington.
Yeah.
Not Cunningham, Cunnington.
I mean, he's a striker who might not get into my first team. I've got really 2 good strikers, but he's going to be there or thereabouts for the cups, definitely, and for one season. So it's a chance that I'm taking. I bought him for one season only. But I've got to take that chance. I need the best team I can put out there for under 23s.
Yeah, locking in a few players, like me really. Cipriotti, Herrera being locked in at right-sided defensive midfield. He looks great.
Yeah.
Looks really good. And then obviously Zonta and Lelin, who, of course, was the guy that's in that team.
I think he would have got into the team anyway.
No,
after a few games.
He played 3 games last year.
That's why I've locked him in.
Yeah.
I mean, now I've locked him in. Like he's scored 7 and 8 goals. If he had that start without me locking him and he was playing, I think he'd have been automatically got picked then.
Yeah.
But
he gets in front of Rovik and Penyev and Olshover. That's the trouble.
That's the problem. He's an under 23 that's in the team scoring goals.
Yeah. So you need him playing off them.
Brucey bonus for me, that one is.
Yeah. And he has scored goals.
Yes.
But the other guys are also playing and scoring too. Rovik, his name is everywhere. Penyev, is every time he plays, is scoring as well.
The good thing is, with locking that player in, these 2 players automatically swap all the time then, don't they?
Yeah.
So if one's not performing, the other one will. And I think that's what's happening for me at the moment.
Started the season with a loss to Napoli, but clawed it back. A couple of draws there, Hertha and Liverpool. So you're second in the Super League behind me. 5 points behind me now, so I've already picked up a bit of a lead. But you do have a 3rd round tie against a team I have never even heard of.
Yeah, so hopefully I should go through that. They started off on a really good year for me and for England, so I'm happy with that.
So there we go. Right.
Hopefully I should do them, seeing I've done so well in the cup so far already.
Yep.
Beating your team, Frankfurt, 5-0. I'm happy with that.
Yep, done well. Okay, well, Champions Cup. It's another swing at it. Can this time we go further than the semi-final and get to the final? Because I don't think any of us have actually managed to do that. I got to the final once and Inter Milan beat me.
Yeah.
That's as close as we managed to get.
Well, we've both been to the semi-final since.
Yeah.
So we're knocking on the door, and I think we've had a couple of good seasons with buying youngsters into the team. So
yeah,
we're in a good place, I feel, at the moment. I think possibly you could be one season off because you got some really good youngsters that you're loaning out as well.
Yeah, but then I've had to sell most of them because then they go to over the age of over 23s.
I think we're 1 or 2 seasons away from having a really good youth team.
Yeah.
Young team. Squad, should I say then?
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got there eventually.
Yeah, I did.
Let's see what happens
all these
this
figures
season.
across me.
Once we got back underway, we both encountered a really easy third round tie in the Champions Cup, which did reflect our great start and our dominant form in all competitions. As I won 7-0 against Parma, while Dad also picked up a 5-0 win. We then played each other in the Super League right before I had the 4th round against Hertha, and we scored the only goal of the game, although Dad did miss a penalty to equalise and take a point, which turned out to be a great practice for Diana, as the Hertha game went to penalties, where he then saved 2 identical strikes to see us through the 4th round. Meanwhile, Dad had a much easier time overcoming Heidenheim 4-0 in his 4th round tie. Things are looking good for us though in the next round as we progress through our 5th round ties. And once again, we were in the 1 and 2 spot in the Super League. However, I was 9 points clear of Dad and Tottenham. In the 6th round, it's where it started to get interesting in the Champions Cup, as Dad fell behind against a very good Bayern Munich side. Leyland then managed to pull it back to 1-1 in the second half, and the game was won by a bit of magic as Dad's Poznan side had Scott Fenton smashing a beauty for the winner. Meanwhile, I absolutely peppered the Sunderland goal in my 6th round tie with 19 shots on target. Only 2 of them actually found the back of the net, but we are still through to the quarterfinals. My quarterfinal was again a simple match where our bargain price youngster James Black scored the opening goal from the right hand side in a 3-0 win. And Dad had Leland to thank for picking up 2 goals in his quarterfinal victory over Southampton, and the inevitable finally happened. As for the first time, we have been drawn against each other in the semi-final of the Champions Cup, meaning at least one of us will make it to the final, as we are still 1 and 2 in the Super League. Just because I'm currently ahead of Dad in the Super League and beat him earlier in the season though, doesn't mean that I am a solid favourite to win this. In fact, on the contrary, because Dad's side absolutely blasted me in the semi-final of the Champions Cup, embarrassed me 5-0 to deservedly go through to the final. And somehow, Fenerbahce also beat PSG in the other semi-final too. All I could do was focus on the league and pray that Dad doesn't win the final. And with a game remaining, we were crowned champions of the Super League once again. But it's time. Just one more game and Dad could win the whole challenge right here. The first time that he's got to the final, and it all comes down to this. The game itself was dominated by Dad's Poznan side, but he didn't manage to break the deadlock until the 57th minute. However, just 20 minutes later and his lead was doubled, and the trophy was all but won. And Fenerbahce simply had no response, with just 1 shot on target the whole match. Dad's side was so dominant in almost every round, finally lifting the Champions Cup. And the final challenge of FM24 is won by Omega Dad.
Well, challenge complete.
Come
Well done.
on.
The Champions Cup has finally been won. And you do deserve it because you beat the best team
But you're in
in
the
the
semi-final.
semi-final.
It was obviously going to be whoever won that semi-final. I
Yeah.
think would have gone on and won it anyway. So
I can't believe, I genuinely think that's the first time we've come across each other in that cup.
in the cup, yeah, I think it is.
I cannot remember us ever crossing paths in the cup. But you do deserve to go through or to be here before now.
I didn't just beat you, did I?
I mean, you're looking at that, and if you're looking at how like the league was going before that, you would have gone, "Oh, that's an Aris PSG final right there."
Yeah.
But you stuffed me in the final. And what I'm,
Look
the
who
way I'm
scored
looking
a
at it,
hat-trick. Look who scored a hat-trick.
Mark Cunnington has got himself a hat trick. Mads Borges didn't get on the pitch.
Wow.
So they were playing Matteo Hansen for some reason, who's 30 as well. So I don't understand, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you not play the best player in our team?
Cost you the cup.
Probably did. I mean, he ain't stopping the goals going in.
No.
You still scored. But look how well your defence and goalkeeper played.
Yeah.
Like, the average rating for your whole team was unbelievable compared to Hansen, who had a 6. He's done awful. He's done absolutely terrible.
8.7
Yeah.
for a left back. That's a hell of a good, isn't it?
And if you look at Mads Borges' season, he got 30 goals in the league. He was on fire. Matteo Hansen, who? Like, this is ridiculous. So I don't know why my assistant manager has decided to go along that route. What I probably should have done to avoid that was lock Mads Borges in, but I didn't think I bloody needed to. I thought this was enough to say, well, obviously you'll put our best freaking striker in instead of Hansen, who definitely isn't your best striker. I'm just salty. I'm salty, but well done. You got the job done.
Come on.
A cracking win. The most goals scored as well in that competition by look how good he is now. Locking him in that one season, and he turned into an unbelievable player from the youth academy as well.
That just goes to show, doesn't it? He's only 20 and he's that good coming through the youth.
So freaking good.
You just got to keep an eye out for him and just when they come through, nurse them through.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah, well done.
I mean, the good thing is as well, really, we come first and second in the league. So
again,
by far we were best.
Yeah.
The best in the whole tournament and in the cup, really.
Yeah, because if we look at the past winners of the league,
as well.
We have been there for the last 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I won it twice, you won it once, then you lost to Tottenham on the final day, then it's us again, first and second, but switched around from 2 seasons ago.
And we were getting close, getting 2 semi-finals as well each.
Yeah.
Or 1 semi-final each. But so we were there or thereabouts. We knew it was going to happen, didn't we? So
yeah, that's it. Well done. Congratulations.
Not pleased with that.
Not too bad at all there.
And I'll be honest with you, mate, I didn't think I was going to beat you then. Listen, I could see the team that you were building, and I thought, it's going to come, it's going to come.
Yeah.
And I'm just fortunate, really, that formation, when you sort of like build a team around a formation, that's what happened with me. I was a little bit lucky with 2 strikers come through. I had really 2 good strikers anyway.
Yeah.
But the 2 youth ones are coming through as well to help me as well. Sort of that, and I sort of built a good sort of little squad around that formation, really.
Yeah.
But I did honestly feel that your team that you were building were way better than mine.
Oh, just league form wise, they were disgusting.
Yeah.
There's 2 things I think we got to check. So the Ballon d'Or, we haven't looked at it yet. We've only won it twice, which I actually find quite shocking.
Yeah.
I think that's mental. So Rovik won it for you the last season with Mads Borges second.
Yeah.
Mads Borges won it the year before that. Penyev was in 3rd place. We were runners-up to Jung said, each their luck. Francesco Camada has won it. Borges is dotted around every now and then. But yeah, for a while, it's obviously the real-life players. But yeah, Jung said's just won it there with Penyev in 3rd, and the most recent one. And the final thing, of course...
Where is he?
We've got to find out. He is the England manager.
Never. Oh my God.
What a way to end the Super League saga.
Do you know where I was hoping he was going to end up?
Where?
Everton.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Now, I have noticed his motivation's gone down by 2. But what a way to end the Super League saga, and what a way to end the challenges on FM24.
Yeah.
Jamie Carragher, former AC Milan, Real Madrid, Liverpool and Bayern Munich manager, is now the manager of England. What? That's Football Manager for you. Make sure you are subscribed if you haven't done so already, because FM26 is just around the corner. We're going to bring loads of challenges, hopefully another Super League just like this. So thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate
you guys.
All of the support that we've had on FM24. This probably isn't going to be the last FM24 video, but the last challenge we are doing nonetheless. And these challenges are only something that we've actually introduced in FM24.
Yeah.
We didn't do them before in FM23, so this is brand new to FM24. It just feel like we have done them for a while because we've done 2 of every single thing thanks to FM25 not coming out. But really do appreciate you all. Thank you very much. See you in FM26.